My name is Josep Schmalke.
My name's Craig Rousseau.
Hi, I'm Rich Woodall.
My name's Ben Benship. I'm a comic creator from Maine.
I'm a writer, artist, and creator. Right now, my current project is 7 Years in Darkness, a horror comic about 72 children conscripted to the Academy of Black Magic for 7 years, and while 72 go in, only 7 can walk out alive.
I'm a comic book illustrator, a writer, do a bunch of different comics, and have for about 30 years now.
As well as doing my own books that I self-publish, write, illustrate, sell. I have been on some pretty big books these days, the last couple of years, kind of a blur. We finished up this book called The Last Ronin, which is about Soul surviving Turtle and all the other brothers who didn't make it. And I was lucky enough, or unlucky enough, to get to draw those scenes, kill my heroes.
I draw comic books. I started out drawing a lot of licensed stuff at DC, where I did Batman Beyond, Gotham Adventures. I've worked on stuff for Marvel, like Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane. And I do my own creator-owned book called The Perhaponauts right now, and working on Young Hellboy.
But I named the beer. They told us what it was called. Bumbleberry was the flavor. And at the time, I was jonesing to find Boo-Berry cereal, the General Mills monsters. So I named it the Bumbleberry Fiend, and then we all kind of riffed on that at that point. And I had been working on a picture of Baron Samedi from the Shadow Man comics, and I was like, you know what? He would be perfect for this can. So it's actually inspired by a Shadow Man comic, but instead of Mardi Gras beads and like weird sort of voodoo dressing that would have been on his hat, I changed it all into blueberries, strawberries, and I think it looks pretty cool.
My Bumbleberry Fiend, when they said we need a label for the beer can, and they gave us the vaguest description of the Bumbleberry Fiend, I just thought, I don't know, what's kind of fun, and I like drawing weird monsters, and that pretty much came fully formed out of my head. So I just thought like a big weird looking monster with horns and a little bit of drool coming out of his mouth. I don't know why.
Joe came up with the Bumbleberry Fiend name, I guess, and it reminded me of there was an old movie called Fiend Without a Face, black and white. And in the movie, there's a brain, and basically it's a brain that kills people. It's just ridiculous old B movie. I'm gonna do the brain from Fiend and kind of put it on there, and I added an eyeball just to bring a little focus, but yeah, it was fun.
For mine, I went really gross with it and tried to make it look like this monster from Akira. And he's got all these like blueberry sores that are bursting with fruit flavor, and I thought that'd be fun. But yeah, I tried to get pretty strange on this one. Yeah, it's still got my, the way I draw lines and stuff. I use the same tools, mechanical pencil. I had more fun with the coloring and making it look like kind of an old VHS tape that's like kind of out of focus, and I wanted it to just have a look like the Akira movie, something like that, but also disgusting and delicious.
You know what? I loved it. I love seeing them all in person. I love seeing all four that were so drastically different.
We didn't get to see it packaged till like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and then we were like, oh yeah, this looks awesome. And the brewery that this was done through, the Great North,
It's fun. We were at the brewery last night. They gave us the tour.
We got to taste all their beers. Yeah, it's a great place. The four of us are all kind of lined up here in a row. We've been doing Granite State for years. We come as guests because we're also local as well, and we're friendly with Double Midnight Comics.
The guys at Double Midnight have always been awesome, super supportive of all of us. They decided to do labels and were kind enough to ask me to participate. So I was pretty honored to be with the other guys, Joe and Craig and Ben. We've all known each other for a long time, so it's kind of cool, this little local group.
I know they were starting to send around emails back and forth with what they were thinking, and I didn't want to see anything else or be influenced by anyone else's ideas.
So I was the first one to be done with it. I'm very deadline driven. I kept kicking the can down the road, and it finally came up to deadline. I'm like, shit, I need to get this done. And I'm like, nobody else has done it. Like, I guess I'm going to turn mine in on time and hope everybody else does too.
Rich was the first to turn in his label, and then that sort of goosed all of us to get going and produce our labels.
Yeah, as soon as I turned mine in, I think Joe was right after me, and then Craig, and then Ben Benship goes, "Hey, can I have an extra week?"
I don't think I asked. I think I was like, oh crap, am I too late? And they were like, yeah, but can you get it today?
And I was like, "Son of a bitch!"
It's pretty much how it goes. Yeah, all the other artists were saying like, don't worry, Ben will be last, and then he'll ask for more time.
I don't drink beer, but I was excited. It's one of these things, like, I've always wanted to design beer labels because they look awesome, they look cool. And so even though I don't drink beer, like, I thought, oh, like, finally get to do one, and it's kind of neat. It looks like a nice collector's item kind of thing. It's kind of cool.